All right, what's up, everybody? This is DC Sports for Life with B
And the
and D. You can hear and you can see kind of his commemorative Washington. What is? Go ahead and describe it, D.
Washington Nationals 2019 World Series champions, replica tickets and coin collection.
Okay, okay. It's a
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
little blurry, but we'll forgive you that. We'll take your word for
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it.
hmm
All right, so that's your show and tell. Starting off real quick. Me, since we said we were going to do a pod on basketball to show everybody that we actually pay attention to other sports and other teams other than NFL and Commanders. Um, my show and tell for today has special meaning to me. All right, all right.
E. Williams.
D. Williams. Carolina Panthers.
Ah, yes, from the Fantasy League.
Yes.
Yes.
So just everybody be like, why the hell do you have a Williams jersey, D'Angelo Williams jersey? Here's why. Here's my story. There's nobody has ever played fantasy football. I guarantee you has ever won a championship like this. I guarantee it. Okay. So playing in the championship game, I'm winning, and the other team has one player left. One player. That player is Deshaun Jackson as an Eagle, not with Washington, as an Eagle.
Right.
And of course, I'm sitting there biting my fingernails the whole time, cussing every time he got a catch, all this, that, and the other. They're driving down the field near the end of the game. He gets a catch on that drive, puts me down by 1 point, which is a loss, you know? I mean, that's it. They're going in for either a touchdown or field goal. I lost by 1 point in the championship game, even though D'Angelo Williams carried me all season. I'm distraught. I'm upset. I'm mad. I'm like, 1 point, you got to be kidding me. What happens next will go down in fantasy football infamy. Deshaun Jackson gets a play. I can't remember if it was a toss out to him, a double pass, or something like that. He gets the ball to throw it, and he throws an interception in the end zone, which costs the team 2 points, and I win by 1 point.
Yeah, that is definitely the wildest ending to a fantasy championship game that I've ever heard of.
Nobody can top it. Nobody can
Nobody
top
can top that.
it.
That's unbelievable.
If anybody's watching this, you play fantasy football, you tell me if you've heard any crazy stuff like that because I lived it. I have the jersey to show for it because the thing was you get the majority of the money and you get a jersey of your choice. And instead of getting a Washington jersey, Redskins at the time, instead of getting that, you know what? I decided to represent for my boy who represented for me
That's right.
and
That's
got
right.
me a championship. And
That's right.
interesting side note, I also won the free league that year. And that is the only two championships I've ever won while I played fantasy football in 20 plus years. so, so, so
I've
enough.
had a couple. I've had a couple of championships, but like I said, they weren't that exciting, and they didn't have those types of endings. So you definitely topped it for excitement and craziness
Yes,
for an
yes,
ending.
that was living through that. I can only imagine the other dude. I know I talked to him afterwards, but I mean, I know how I felt when he got that point to get ahead of me. And
Yeah,
the game's almost over. You know you're going to lose by 1 point. I know he's like, yeah, 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 I got this, I got this. And then Deshaun Jackson throws an interception.
I would never play fantasy football again if I lost that way. Never. I would retire my 27 years of playing fantasy football.
Man, I tell you, that was
But
something else. That was incredible.
yeah,
So I figured I'd share that. But today is about basketball. We're going to talk about the Wizards. We're going to talk about, I think you got some stuff on some current things you wanted to talk about real quick.
Yeah, just to break it all down real quick, there's a lot of interesting stuff going on in the NBA that's kind of hitting right now. Kind of, Kawhi Leonard is
Yeah.
going back to Toronto.
Yes.
LeBron James has just announced very recently that he will not be returning to the Lakers, so he will now be a free agent.
Yeah.
And so teams can try to put together a package for LeBron James, um, which, is whether you like LeBron James or don't like LeBron James, that's not the topic. The topic is LeBron James is a free agent. That's the
Yeah.
news.
Yeah.
And whether you like him or don't like him is what it is. But that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Obviously, our beloved Wizards signed Trey Young a week ago to a max deal.
Yeah.
In the Trey Young, one of the best assist men, one of the best outside shooters in the league,
Yeah.
27 years old in his prime,
Yep.
4-year deal.
Yeah.
He'll be running that offense. Of course, we drafted Dabonsa.
Yes.
There was a little bit of debate on if it should be Darren Peterson or Dabonsa, but most people knew that Dabonsa would probably get the nod.
Right.
He's got that length, the athleticism, the explosion, the mid-range game.
Yeah.
Just fits the NBA perfectly as a wingman.
Yeah.
6'9", long wingspan, could really be a problem in the NBA for other teams.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping he grows into what people think he will become. And then obviously, Anthony Davis,
Yeah.
who'll be 34 in March. Something came across my phone about an hour ago that I saw that said that the Wizards are not going to trade him. They do not want to trade him. So they do have him. If you believe that report,
Yeah.
if you believe the report,
Yeah.
they have him in their plans for immediate success. Now, granted, again, that's a different topic. I'm okay with the Trey Young move. Anthony Davis, I'm a little wary about because, again, he'll be 34 in March, and he's averaged over the last 5 years 48 games played in. Last time I checked, there are 82 games in NBA season. When
Right.
you average 48 games for 5 seasons,
Yeah.
that doesn't make me feel good. But again, I don't want to go off on a tangent on that. That is what it is.
Right.
The point is that the Wizards have completed their rebuild and now they're in win mode. Obviously, the drafting of Dabonsa, obviously trading for Anthony Davis, trading for Trey Young and sign him to the max deal. They're trying to make a push to be competitive.
Right.
I like the direction they're going in. We'll see how it works. It's exciting stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. So you got a lot there. I'm going to try
Yeah,
to start from the beginning and kind of
yeah,
work forward. Um,
yeah,
the Kawhi Leonard thing, I was just taken aback by. Um, I don't know why Toronto would really do that. Funny, I just watched a thing on uh, X the other day, probably about 2 weeks ago, maybe, where Stephen A. Smith was talking about the draft coming up, talking about Darren Peterson. And he said one of the things that worried him was his availability. And he said, if you want to talk about availability, you want to talk about anybody, and I love him to death. I love him to death. But Kawhi Leonard, Kawhi Leonard got to show
mhm,
me how he makes his money because
right,
he comes off a playoff game scoring 38 points, whatever it is. Next day, he's unavailable in the
right,
playoffs.
yeah,
He said that dude, he said that brother knows how to make money. I need to know how to make money like that. He said
yeah,
because he doesn't work most of the time, you know. So that's kind of the knock on Kawhi that when he plays, he's amazing.
yeah,
But he misses games, and is he really injured or is he just like just disinterested? So I'm surprised Toronto did that for the amount. It seems like everything that I looked at, it was just all picks, picks and picks.
yeah,
It was no cash involved. There was no player involved. It was just straight up picks. So I can see the Clippers doing it because they just I mean, they build up, they get all these people, and then it doesn't work, and then they get rid of all the people that they had just built up with, and then they do it again. So I feel sorry
yeah,
for them.
yeah.
LeBron,
It
boo.
is what it is. Yeah, the only,
It is
it
what it
is
is.
what
No,
it is.
I get to say what I want to say. This our pod. I get to say what I want to say.
Oh, say what you want to say. I'm not saying you can't say what you want to say.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into what I think of LeBron. I was just messing with you.
Yeah.
But I think the writing was on the wall with that once they traded for Luka Doncic.
Yes.
Once they
Yes.
traded for him, it became Doncic's team, and then LeBron was an afterthought. Now, my question is, who the hell goes for LeBron? LeBron is what, 38, 9,
No, he's 41.
40? Jesus.
Yeah.
41 years
Yeah.
old. He's still a good scorer. Um,
Yeah, he can play.
he does have little nagging injuries that he gets. So one, what are you going to pay him? And two, who are you going to pair him with? Um,
Right.
I would imagine it would be a team that is ready made for a championship because he wouldn't go
Yeah.
anywhere else.
Of course.
But I just I don't see who would want to take that on, knowing his. I mean, he's a coach killer. I mean,
Yeah.
let's call it like it is. I mean, he's gotten coaches fired. He's gotten coaches that he liked fired because
Yeah.
he didn't like the way they had the offense running, or he didn't get enough touches, or whatever it was. Um, so that's going to be interesting. I would love it if everybody said no thanks. But there's always somebody, even just to sell tickets. Somebody will sign him, but I don't think he's going to get the kind of money that he thinks he's going to get.
Probably not. Probably not. But we'll wait to be seen. The good news is that none of those players we just talked about are going to factor into our team,
True.
and that's what matters to us.
Yes. All right.
That's what I
Moving
love.
on. I'm going to skip a little bit and go right to quickly the Trey Young thing.
Yeah.
Basically, it's almost the same contract. It's just extended. So
Yeah.
he
It's a
was
4 year
making,
deal.
yeah, he was making like 59.5. Um, that was his player option. He declined it, and we signed him, and I think it's like 60.5 or something. If he
Yeah.
if he and the fourth year is a player option. So
Right.
his fourth year he can extend it, he can do it, and he'll get another 60 million. So it's almost the same money. They just locked him in for a guaranteed 3 years. So
Right.
I like that. I think that that's good. Again, like you said, 27 years old, and he is somebody that you want. If you want a general type of a floor general to run your team, you can't do much better currently in the NBA than him. In my
Yeah. He's a great free throw shooter. He's a great dribbler. He's a great outside shooter. And again, he's one of the top 2 or 3 assist guys in the league every year.
yeah. And the
So
only
that speaks for
question
itself.
mark the only question mark when we traded for him was his defense.
Right. Was
They
his
says he's
defense.
kind of
Yep.
disinterested sometimes. Evidently, they saw enough in him in his limited playing time with us last year that they felt comfortable giving him 60.5 million a year or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Now, AD.
Yeah.
This I'm hoping because I just saw the same thing pop up when I started looking up AD stats. Um, that we're not, going to trade him. Evidently, it was going to Golden State. That could be Golden State wasn't budging, and Washington's like, well, you know what, we're not going to trade him.
Yeah.
We'd rather keep him than to get, kind of screwed as far as how they feel. Now, with that, like you said, I'm just going to run down. I didn't even do games played. I did games missed. Okay.
Yeah.
So 'cause
James
I
Smith.
figured that was easier. So he came into the league in 2012, 2013.
Yep.
So I'm just going to run right down the list. Games missed 18, 15, 14, 21, 7, 7, 26, 9, 36, 42, 26, 30, and 14. And then last year, they have it, they just said for last year, missed roughly 35 plus games due to various mid-season ailments and a late season finger injury. So that goes to your point about how many games he has missed in his career. Last year when he did play, he averaged 20.4 points, 11.1 rebounds, 2.8 assists. He shot 50% from the field.
Yeah.
Again, like you said, he's 33 now. He'll turn 34
In
if we're
March.
making a playoff run next year.
Hmm. Yep.
How much can you realistically rely on him? Um, and I don't know the answer to that. Let's see what his
And
contract.
remember, I think my assessment of the AD situation in Washington is I think the front office is looking for a guy to bridge the gap. And I
Okay.
think they look at him as a bridge the gap kind of guy.
Okay.
Because obviously Trey Young is still young enough where he has future plans with the team.
Right.
I think they view AD as a gap bridger,
Okay.
and I think, the concerns are real, but his talent is immense.
Yeah.
And I think as long as the front office is going into his situation with the short term, then
Right.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Because short term, he could probably help you. And beyond that, age doesn't lie. And again, you already went over the missed games.
Yeah.
Um, but that is what it is.
Yeah. This year he's guaranteed 58,456,566 and then next year he holds a player option for 62,786,682. There is no way, in my opinion, that he doesn't exercise his player option
Oh yeah,
because
yeah.
nobody's going to pay that dude anywhere near that money. So,
No,
so the Wizards are on the hook. To me, they're on the hook for 2 years and $120 million.
yeah. And they can. The one good thing is they can afford it because they're not paying nobody else but Trey Young right now.
True, very
So they
true,
can
very
afford it.
true.
They can absorb that money.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So that's enough about Anthony Davis. Whatever
Yeah,
they do, they do. I'm hoping they trade him.
yeah.
I
Me
just
too.
don't know. I just don't know anybody really that. I mean, maybe Golden State really does want him, but I mean, hopefully they get rid of him. All right, AJ DeBonsa,
Yes.
19 years old,
Yep.
will not be 20 until January 29th of next year.
Yep.
His only season at BYU, pretty good.
Pretty good.
uh,
Pretty good.
yeah,
Not too
25.
shabby.
Yeah, not too shabby. 25.5 points, 6.8 rebounds, 3.7 assists, and he shot 51% from the field.
Yep.
Um, yeah, they're looking to have him as their big thing going forward. Number one overall pick. Um, I know, like you said, the talk was Peterson or him. One thing that I read after the Trey Young thing was that slammed the door on Peterson because
Right.
from what I heard, the Peterson talk was he wants to be a shooting guard at first, but move into playing point in the NBA. And obviously, with Trey Young there for a minimum of 3 years, that wasn't going to happen.
No.
Plus, you have the injury, which they said really wasn't nothing major. He missed 15 games, but I guess it was something he was, according to, I don't know, this could be the lying season NFL, wise for NBA version. What I heard was the amount of creatine or creatinine, however
Right.
you say
Yeah.
it, the amount he was taking basically caused massive dehydration.
Yes,
Um,
that's what I heard too. Yep.
and that was causing the cramping and the stuff like that, like really bad. Not just like, oh my God, I got a cramp, and then you walk it off. I mean, like
Yeah.
really bad cramping. So who knows if that's actually what it was? That's what he was putting out there, or his agent was putting out there. And I think it's kind of like most people consider Dabonsa number one,
Yep.
and then Peterson a close second, but still second. So
That's right.
I
Yep.
think the Wizards did what you do when you
Yep.
are the number one pick. You take the number one player.
You take the number one prospect,
Yeah,
and they didn't try to be cute. They
right,
didn't try to outthink it.
right.
They took the guy that majority of publications and experts said was the number one prospect,
Yeah, yeah,
and you just go with that.
Yeah, and some people brought up these scenarios that he went to BYU because he wanted to be go to Utah, um, and Utah did their tanking and did everything they could to get the number one pick so they could pick him. So there was like this love fest between DeBonsa and the Jazz. Um,
Right.
so people were sitting there, theorizing, okay, what if you traded back to number two? What would the Jazz give up to get DeBonsa? Then you take Peterson as your consolation prize. Somebody had bought up on X Ace Bailey, and then you draft Peterson. There's no way in hell they just drafted Ace Bailey in the top five last year, or number
Yeah.
five, or whatever it was. They're not going to trade him this year for a chance to move up one spot to get AJ DeBonsa. Uh,
No. No.
I mean, I would have loved it. I would have said, fine. Yeah, if you want to give me Ace
Yeah.
Bailey and we're going to draft Darren Peterson,
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead. We'll do that. I mean, that's a 2-for-1 right there, and I think you'd be stupid if you didn't.
Yeah.
But I don't think that was ever offered. Now, do I think that Utah made inquiries to see what it would take? Yeah, I do. I believe that they inquired about, hey, how much would it cost to get up here to get to number one? And I'm sure the front office told them more than you got, or gave them some
Yeah.
ridiculous, gave them something like that. Yeah, you can give us Ace Bailey, and you can give us a big man, and you can, give us a first rounder in 2 years or something, and they're probably, oh, no, that's okay. We'll just take Darren Peters.
I mean, Darren Peterson has a chance to be an elite guard at the next level, but AJ DeBonsa has a chance to be a great wing player.
Right.
And with his versatility and that wingspan and that he's just so smooth with that size, he has
Yeah.
a chance to turn into just I mean, literally a special, special player. He has that chance
Yeah, and like
with
you
that
said, I
build.
mean, he's 19.
Yeah, 19 years old, man.
No matter how good you are now at
Yeah.
19, imagine him when he comes up for his super max contract that he's
Yeah.
probably going to get.
Yeah.
I mean, at
Yeah.
that point, he should be dominating the league.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So he's only going to get better. So yeah, that's something that I'm glad, just like you said, they didn't try to get cute. They did their diligence on it. Yes, they were saying DeBonsa probably wanted to go to Utah. Yes, they were saying, there's all kinds of, oh, did you see his face when he saw the Wizards got the first pick? Did you see DeBonsa's face? And at the end of the day, what he said was the main thing. I want to be the number one pick.
Yep.
That,
That's what he
that
said.
that's what he wanted. He wanted to be the number one pick. Obviously, if everybody had their choice, everybody has a favorite team they'd like to go to. You know,
Oh, of course. Yeah.
So I think it's no different than him. He probably wanted to go to Utah. Utah was a day late and a dollar short.
Yeah. And when you look about the roster construction, getting DeBonsa now, signing Trey Young, the big trade to get the 27-year-old guard still
Yeah,
in the prime.
yeah,
Obviously, you got Koulibaly.
yeah,
You got Sarr, who are still developing.
yeah,
Sarr went from 13 points per game to 16 points per game this year in his second year. He'll be entering his third year. He'll be healthy. He had that foot fracture, but everybody said he's going to be fine. It's nothing big. So you're really looking for him as a rim protector and a guy that can really be an impact down low for us. And then
yeah,
obviously, Koulibaly as another wing player.
yeah,
Of course, Trey Johnson from Texas, who we drafted last year.
yeah,
So yeah, we got young guys that are developing, and hopefully, DeBonsa falls right into that pattern with everyone else. And then obviously you got Trey Young running the show. So
yeah,
the
yeah,
future is bright.
yeah, yeah. Looking at it, like you said, you got Trey Young at guard, Bub Carrington.
But
Um,
love Bud Carrington.
yeah, 6'4" guard.
Yep.
They got a backup, D'Angelo Russell, which I didn't
Y-
even know we had him. I mean,
Yeah.
he's got to be
Yep.
like 80 years old by now. I think he's going to be
Yeah.
out there in a walker. Uh,
Yeah.
you got Trey Johnson, like you said.
Yep. Who we got last year.
Yep. We acquired Jaden Hardy, shooting guard, in a
Yep.
trade. And then I don't know. Sharif Cooper has a two way contract. Then at forwards, you got Davis, DeBonsa, Koulibaly, as you said, mainly a defensive shutdown type of guy.
Yep.
Good on the alley oops and stuff like that. Needs to work on his shooting. Um,
Yep.
Kaishan George, who's another one, high upside wing. Uh,
Yep.
Whitmore, a small forward, power forward, and then Will Riley got a lot of play last year, and a lot of people love him. Says highly talented young forward. He came out of nowhere to me. I didn't know who the heck he was,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. He was sort of a kind of an enigma.
yeah, and he came out of nowhere, and then everybody's
Yeah.
talking about him.
Yeah.
Um, then you got
I'm
Alex Sarr, like you
I'm
said.
excited about Sarr, man. That's the
Yeah,
guy that I'm so excited because he'll be entering his third season. He was
yeah,
the number 2 overall pick. And I think he's got a chance to really develop into a rim protector
yeah.
and really a defensive menace for opposing teams.
Yeah, that's what we hope.
Yeah.
I know they've
Yeah.
been battling to put weight on him because
Yeah.
he was really really skinny. I mean,
Yeah.
almost like Sean Bradley skinny.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
anybody who remembers old school basketball, Sean Bradley. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, I like Tristan Vukovic. He hasn't gotten
Oh
a
yeah,
whole
Vukovic, yeah.
time, but he's
Hmm.
more your banger from Central Europe,
Hmm.
that can sit there and take the big body guys. And then they traded two of their draft picks on night, to move up a few spots and get Felix Apara.
Yeah.
Um,
He's
so
another guy that is a defensive specialist that they're hoping to develop, but more of a defensive minded player
yeah, and
as well.
most likely he'll end up on the the Go-Go,
Yeah. Yep.
DC Go-Go.
Hmm.
So yeah, I like what they're doing with the team. I think they did it the right way, like we were begging for the Commanders to do, is to tear it all down and then to build it back up. And they've done that. Like you said, that you got Devonsa with Bub Carrington, Trey Johnson, Kaishan George, all these guys,
So yeah.
O'Reilly, all these guys are young. Um,
Yep.
so you have an opportunity, and like you said, I think it's right. I think if they don't get a good package for Davis, he'll just be there, just kind of,
He's the bridge.
yeah, just a bridge,
He's the
just to
bridge.
sit there
Yep.
and
He bridged the gap.
yeah, yeah. I
And
mean,
that's what it's going to be. He'll bridge the gap,
yeah,
and and like I said, now it's time. The Wizards have kind of done. They've done this thing where they've tanked and they've been in the bottom of the barrel, and now they're coming out of the shadows. They see the light, and now they're ready to try to win and try to be competitive and be relevant in the Eastern Conference.
yeah,
And that's what it's all about: being relevant, trying to make some noise in springtime during the playoff season, and hopefully with these young guys we got, with the addition of Trey Young, and obviously with the number 1 overall pick, if Debonsa can turn into what we hope, then in 2 or 3 years, hopefully we're competing for the Eastern Conference.
right,
That's the goal. That's the
yeah,
ultimate goal.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
And who's to say we can't do it? Because look at what they did. The same brain trust did with Oklahoma City.
Oh yeah, they built them from the ground up, man.
Yeah,
Built them from the ground up.
yep,
Same way.
yep.
Yep.
And they won one championship and just barely missed going to their second one.
Yeah, barely
Um,
missed it.
I
Yep, just
mean,
barely missed.
I mean, and then
Yep.
look at it like you said. I mean, just running through some of these player salaries. Less than 2.3 for Gill, Shapagny 2.3, Kaishan George just under 3, Will Riley 3.5, Cam Whitmore 3.5, Bub Carrington 4.6, D'Angelo Russell 5.6, Jaden Hardy 6.7.2 for Koulibaly,
Yeah.
Trey Johnson 8.2. Then you got Sarr 11.8, Trey 46.3, and Anthony Davis 54.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Their players are making, the majority of their team are making nothing
Yeah,
for NBA standards. You got 2 guys making a lot. So like I said, they have the cap to absorb
yeah,
those huge deals, and
yeah,
they know they do.
yep,
And that's why they're comfortable, and that's why they did what they did, because they can afford it right now.
yeah. Because you figure you take right now we're at 154 for the year. For last year, how it ended up with those players.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis made 54.
Yep.
So you take that away, we were at $100 million,
Yep.
which isn't anything in NBA standard.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you look at it, they've done a good job. They've got good young players in there, and they're gonna, try to build it up. So
Yeah. And it's exciting to see. And I'm glad they're doing it this way. And hopefully we get some relevant basketball back to the DMV because this is a hot spot when it comes to basketball. The DMV is a big time traditional area for basketball.
yeah,
And if we could get our pro team relevant again, I think it would really boost the confidence of all the local sports fans that love all DC sports like we do
right.
to be excited about a relevant basketball team again.
Right. Yeah,
So,
yeah. I
so
agree, and like I said, I've always been with the Bullets name. I like
yeah,
I don't like Wizards, and I guess because it's old school. I
yeah,
mean,
love the ball. I remember we grew up watching the Bullets, man.
yeah, yeah.
You know, me grew up watching them.
Yeah, Rutledge and Bernard
Yeah,
King, and
yep,
even when I got to the military, we had Tom Gugliotta got drafted.
yeah,
Uh,
yep. Had Googs. Yeah.
um, the kid from UCLA, McLean,
Oh yeah,
McLean,
yeah,
I think his name was.
yeah.
So
McLean. Yep. Hmm.
yeah, so I mean, obviously we love them. We would love them to do good. They're not on our hierarchy because they just haven't been relevant.
No.
Plain and simple. Real quick, I want to get into what the Caps have done.
Yeah, man. Every time I look at my phone, they're doing something. Man.
Yeah, yeah. So, they traded for, I think his name's Tuck.
Yeah,
T.
Tuck. Yeah,
I say Tuck.
Tuck or Took.
TCH.
Yeah,
They traded for him, um, and he's a wing from St. Louis. Believe it was St. Louis, right? No, Buffalo. Buffalo.
yeah,
Okay. And then he signed an 8-year, $84 million contract. Alex Tuck, Tooch, whatever, 30 years old.
hmm
Had an off year last year, but let's see what it was. I think that was the one we gave up the 16 pick. Um, no, we traded that one. We traded Camp and a third round pick. Um, yeah, David Camp, who I don't even know who he is. Um, and then signed an 8-year, $84 million contract with us. Um, and then we traded Cairo. That's the other one that I really wasn't sure about. This guy was from St. Louis, and we traded Connor McMichael, who I hate to see him go.
yeah,
I think he's going to be really good. Our first round pick number 16, but we also had 18. So they just traded one of the two first round picks. And then forward prospect Milton Gastron. Kairu's 28-year-old forward had 46 points in 72 games this season, and he has 5 years remaining on an 8-year, $65 million contract, which is $8 million per year. So
hmm
that's a couple moves that I think that's insurance in case Ovi says he's done. Um, because
yeah.
I don't,
That's the way it sounds to me. And
yeah,
just getting some guys that can get out there and compete and keep them relevant.
yeah, and like I said, I don't think Ovi's made a decision honestly, and then they would still have to look at the amount of money because his
Yeah,
contract is up. It's
yeah.
not a matter of he's under contract and whether he'll retire or not. He's a free agent.
You're
Um,
right.
I don't think he'll go anywhere else. If he played professionally and not for us, it would be in the KHL back in Russia. Um,
Right.
but I don't think I don't know. I mean, he did what he wanted to do. He put some padding between him and Gretzky for the
Yeah.
goals. Um, You know,
Nobody's catching that. Nobody's catching that record,
no,
man.
no, nobody's
I mean, I
catching
never
it.
should never say never, but nobody's going to play that long and be that good of a goal scorer that long of a period of time to catch that, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
I mean, it's just insane. It's an insane number.
Yeah, I mean, you got it because it's just not like it was when Gretzky did it. You